going to start our unit on statistics by looking at the types of graphs that we'll typically use. These graphs will take the information from the data that we're given and either plot points, group values together, or look at the major information, the major descriptors of the data set. So first of all, we're going to talk about a scattergram and what a scattergram looks like. And these you just plot the ordered pairs and you get a set of numbers that will be in some ways give you maybe a direction, either going up or going down, or there'll be a cloud of numbers that or points that don't give you any direction at all. And we'll talk about what correlation means with that. But a scattergram is where you plot each point. Now the next one we have is a histogram. Now a histogram is where you put numbers into groups and then you plot how many from each group there is. So the bins of numbers come together and you draw out rectangles to represent the height or how many in that grouping of numbers there are. So for this one, for histogram, you're going to plot data in groups. And how you select what your group size is and things like that will influence what that graph will look like. Now lastly, we'll look at a box and whisker plot. Now this is where you find out what the summary data points are for the graph, and then you plot that onto a graph. Now notice I don't have a y-axis on this one, it's just the x-axis. This is just to say that what we usually have is a middle box for this, a rectangle for this, which represents, this is the 25th percent spot, and this is the 75th percent spot. And then in the middle here, we're going to have what's called the median. So this spot here is the median of the graph. And then out here, the 25% on the lower side, and then the 25% on the upper side. These are called the whiskers. So a box and whisker plot. This gives me the shape of what the data is summarized into. So this is a whisker, this is a whisker. This point up here, this is the bottom 25%. This is the top 25%. And this middle part, this is the middle 50% of the graph. Now notice this would be 25% and that would be 25% of the data. So we summarize it by listing where those points are found, and that's the summary data points for it. So this is based on quartiles, where the 25% of data falls in this. So we look at our shapes of our graphs, and we can summarize by actually just plotting each point. We can put data into groups and list as a histogram, or look at the summary data and plot that data to show what the graph of the data set looks like.